Hey, what's up? My name's Samuel Leeds, and in this video, I'm going to talk to you about my plan to become a multi-billionaire. Now, just so you can understand how much a billion is, I am way off being a multi-billionaire at the moment. I'm 32 years old. I'm a multi-millionaire, but I'm way off a multi-billionaire. I'm not even close to a billion. So £1 billion is 1,000 million. That's not making 1,000 million. My business makes about £1.5 million a month turnover. It's not making $1 billion. It's having £1 billion net worth. £1 billion cash or £1 billion invested. So if you sold everything and paid off all your debts, you'd be left with $1 billion. $1 billion's 1,000 million. I worked out recently that if I did pretty much nothing else, semi-retired, I would become a multi-billionaire before the age that I die, assuming that I live a long life. Now, nothing's guaranteed. I might die tomorrow, but my plan and my business is set to make me a multi-billionaire. And I wanted to share for the very first time ever publicly how my business is set up and how it's structured to make me a multi-billionaire before the age that I die. Becoming a billionaire was never the plan. If you look at most billionaires, they're not pushing to try and make more money. If you want to make, £1,000, you might be able to go out and bang, make quick £1,000 tonight, no problem. But you're not going to make £1 billion quick. To make billions of pounds, it's about having a very valuable product or service and about impacting 1 billion people. Believe it or not, I'm not going to become a multi-billionaire from my property investments. Isn't that interesting? So how am I going to become a multi-billionaire if it's not from my property investments when that's pretty much all I do? It's certainly not going to be from my courses. I've lost more money as a trainer more years than I've actually made money. If you look on the Sunday Times rich list, there ain't no one on the Sunday Times rich list rich from selling courses. It's a pretty tough business. Certainly not going to make me a billionaire. I'm not going to make £1 billion from deal sourcing or rent to rents. So how is it going to happen? How am I already set and structured? And this is a business that is making a lot of money, and it's something that they're aware of the business, but if you knew the numbers, it would probably shock you. So I'll reveal the numbers. And why am I doing this video? I made a deliberate decision about 10, 15 years ago when I first started having a bit of success in property and business, that I was going to hold my cards very open. I wasn't going to hold my cards close to my chest, because I've noticed that a lot of poor people who are just dreamers and thinkers, they're like really paranoid that people are going to steal their idea, or they don't want to look stupid and say they're going to do something and then not do it and get egg on their face. But if you actually look at successful companies, like even like McDonald's, their entire business plan and how is all publicly available on the internet for free. Their business plan. Like, billionaires aren't worried about people stealing their ideas. Elon Musk isn't worried that someone's going to build a spaceship and go to space before him. He'll talk about his vision and also can't almost speak into existence. What's the business? Well, the business is compound interest. My lending business is the one that's going to make me a multi-billionaire, and I'll explain how. I saved up of my own money from property and from my businesses and hard work. I saved up £11 million, and I'm loaning out at the moment about £1 million a month to my students. We started about 4 months ago, so we've loaned 3.7 million, but in the next, over the financial year, it'll be about 11 million. That's how much we've got in the kitty. How's 11 measly million? And you might be thinking that's a lot of money. It is a lot of money, but it ain't a lot of money compared to £1 billion. How's 11 measly million gonna make me a multi-billionaire? Even if I stopped investing in property, even if I even sold all of my houses, all my tenants stopped paying me rent, I closed down all my businesses, my agencies, my training, I retired and just was quietly living in my house and doing very, very, very little. My lending business, Samuel Leeds Finance, would be a multi-billion pound company, I believe. How? I'm not even charging high interest rates. Number one, people are queuing up to get money from my finance company. I could very easily loan out £11 million next week if I wanted to. The reason I'm only doing £1 million a month is because I've only got 11 million. And most people will repay their loan after 12 months. So after 12 months, my 11 million, I'll have got back that money with interest. Well, how much is that? Okay, I charge, when I loan out money, about 1% a month with a 1% entry and exit fee, which covers admin costs. And after 6 months, 1.5% a month. So on average, when someone loans 100 grand, and I cap it at 100 grand at the moment, I could give out so much more money. I have to cap it because I want to impact more people. If I give out £1 million a pop for development deals, which I could very easily do, I could only help 11 people. over the next 11 months because I've only got 11 million. I've only got 11 million for this. So I'm capping it at 100 grand to be able to impact more people. But if the average loan that I give out, and I give out 11 million pounds, is getting 15% net for me, well, 11 million times 15% means that I will make 1.65 million pounds profit. So when I get my 11 million pounds back, it will not be 11 million. It'll be 12.65 million. This is the power of compound interest. What will I then do with my 12.65? I'll then reloan it out. That's year one. Because if we do year two, I've now got 14.54 million. That's year two. What about year 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10? Well, 10 years in, now I'm only 32. So 42 now. When I'm 42, that's now 44.5 million. Interesting. What about after 20 years? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 180 million. I'm still 52. Now it's beginning to get exciting. Still nowhere near a billion though. What about another 10? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh my goodness. Now I'm 62. Now it's almost a billion pound. Now it's 728. What about another 10 years? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now it's almost 3 billion. That's a multi-billion pound company now. And the average person at the moment in this generation is what, living till 80, 85? By the time I'm 80, if I just keep doing nothing, I'm not actively finding deals. All I'm doing is people are going out and finding deals coming to me. If by the age of 80, I just keep loaning the money out and reinvesting the profits, that'll be a 10 billion pound net worth. There's some pitfalls to the business. For a start, we've not talked about tax. We've also not talked about the fact that it might be that my finance company is not massively in demand. It might be that people don't want. I don't think the latter will happen. I think that the competition for bridging finance, it's so hard to get bridging finance. We're so quick. Like our speed and how we operate. I think that there will be demand, personally, with those interest rates. It's pretty competitive. Didn't talk about tax. But you know what we also didn't talk about? Because that's what the critics will say. Oh, you didn't talk about this. You didn't talk about... But you know what we also didn't talk about? We also didn't talk about the fact that most bridging companies don't just loan out their money. Most bridging companies loan out other people's money. Once I've got a proven track record with my 11 million, what's to stop me taking money really cheap from other finance companies and paying them 5% and loaning it out at 12, 13, 14%. Now that's not even compound. That's huge leverage. If you combine leverage and compound, that's how you become a billionaire. I'll become a multi-billionaire just from compound interest, but I'll become a multi-billionaire maybe before the age of 80 through compound and leverage. So that's the business that financially is most exciting by a country mile. I think the first thing is, if you want to be, let's say you want to be a millionaire. I see so many people, I want to be a millionaire. Okay, well, what's your plan? Can you even comprehend it? Because have you even got a realistic business plan where you can see it even happening? See, I didn't have that to be a billionaire. If you'd have asked me 5 years ago, how are you going to become a billionaire? I'd have been like, even if I scale up what I'm doing, I could work 10 times harder and 10 times smarter, and I'm still never going to be a multi-billionaire with what I'm doing. But now, I'm actually like, okay, yeah, this is going to happen. So for you, I mean, look, it might be that money lending is something that isn't right for you right now. If you were 20 years old and you had 100 grand and you loaned it out at 15%, guaranteed you'd be worth 100 mil in your lifetime. If you started with 100 grand and you loan it out 15%, so you're going to get back all your money plus 15%. After a year, that'd be 115 grand. So 1 year, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. After 10 years, 400 grand. Not that much. But this is where compound interest works. It kind of suddenly builds. It suddenly goes huge. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now you're on 1.6 million after 20. Within 50 years, over 100 million. Think about that. You're starting with 100 grand. Do you know what would happen if you just left your 100 grand in the bank? It would shrink with inflation. It would become worth almost nothing over time. But loan it out and work it and use compound interest. If you're 20 years old now or 30 years old now and you've got 100 grand and you did that, that's 100 million pounds you'd have within 50 years. Now, 50 years is a long time. I'm not suggesting for a minute that you should be one of these people that just have a business plan that means when I'm 80, then I'll be a billionaire. Because what about now? Today's a good day. You want to live life now. So that's why I think you should do things like deal sourcing and rent to rent and lease options and BRRs. Do things that are going to make you money now. But once you've got all the money that you want and you're living a good life, then start thinking, okay, now how can I really scale this? And what's the point of being a billionaire anyway? For me, the reason I want to be a billionaire is not because the money itself. I mean, geez, like, yeah, that doesn't... I'm sure Elon Musk isn't excited about making a few extra pounds next month because it will affect his life in any way. It won't. The thing that drives me is just playing the game and winning and being the best version of myself I can possibly be. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to know your plan to be a billionaire or even a millionaire. If I can help you in any way, I will. See you next time.